hadn't set the recording going, so I'll just quickly reiterate what we're going to do. But that's recording for you now, so you've at least got this one. So very quickly to recap, we are going to use a new keyword which is called in. It allows us to check different or multi values rather than just checking one value or utilizing a wildcard. This allows us essentially to go, if there is a 16, 17 or 18-year-old, provide us that data, hypothetically. We can still use a between, but an in is another way of doing this. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to use the games table, and on the games table, I just want you to add title and price. You will not need to enable the totals option on this particular one. So all we're going to do is we're going to answer the following business question for this one. I want to know if I have any £10 games, £15 games, or £20 games. I want to know what games I've got for only those three prices. Okay, very specific prices as well. Because what I might need to do is, again, concrete example of a use for this one. I might be told by my manager that if any products are on for £10, I've got to reduce those by a percentage cost as a promotion. Yeah, there's a good example to bring that back. So what we're going to do is, again, we're ignoring the sorts or the show at the moment. We're going to go straight to the criteria for price. And we're going to use the word in. So very much like between, we're going to select in. Now, with the in feature, you can provide as many values as you want as long as they are separated via a comma. I've got this right. So I can go 10, 15, 20. Should have a space. Now, before we move on and actually check that, whenever we look at any of these commands, and I know I keep coming back to this, folks, but I really want to get this to sink in. I can prescribe a value, 10, 15, 20, or at any point I'm putting an input in, I can get a user to define that input instead, yeah? And remember, it's always that case of square brackets, give an actual question that you want to actually get a response for, yeah? So what we should see now, if this runs on this machine, there we go. I'll do a sort on this one as well so we can just see it. So now what we have is a query that again is just actually providing us values, but there we go. But instead of it providing the range of values, so anywhere from £10 up to £20, which could actually have quite a lot of values here, we can see we've only got 365 titles that fall under £10, £15 or £20. Again, it's just a way of defining and searching for particular data within our database. Price is a very strange one to try and focus on for this one, because obviously we have such a diverse range of prices. But again, it's that concept of, oh, if you are searching for an individual, so I want to find all customers with the surname of Hulker, Mannix and Gell, then I can use an in criteria statement there to pull off only those individuals, okay, as a multi search function. Going to come back for 2 seconds.
Can I just give an example?
Yes, sure. Let me mute.
So you might have saw this recently, but there's a new restaurant opening up in, I think it's Nottingham. It's either Nottingham or Sheffield, and it's basically a restaurant where it's themed around bad service. Really, really strange concept. It's worked quite well in some of the largest cities in the UK. It's called Karen's Restaurant. Okay. Here's a key thing. Anyone who's actually named Karen gets free food. That's an example of where that'd be used. So the business would look at, anyone who's ordered and rang them up and made a booking, they can go, right, all the Karens coming in the next week are these people. So they could actually start to plan on how much they're going to lose based on that information.
Lie about being called.
You can't lie about being called Karen. I was amazed when I saw this, but it's a really cool concept. Okay, that's me done.
Cheers, Scott. So again, just to verify, folks, currently we've used the in command with 3 main values. If I wanted to provide user input on any one of those, again, I know it's beating the same stick, so to speak. Enter value 1, not 12. So at any point, if I use the input command there, I can get that user input from the actual user itself. You will be asked to create queries that take data from the user. You will be asked to create queries with the between functionality, the in functionality. You'll be expected to create fields with your own associated name. Close it. This is just preparing you and get you used to seeing how those queries would look. So with that being the final one, I told you it was going to be quite quick here because it's quite an easy command to look at. At any point, if you change whatever value in there, if it's a string, you change it to a string. If it's a number, we've already done numbers. If it's a date, remember hashtags to define numbers. Please save that query as query in. There we go. And I'll stop the recording there, ready for what we're going to do next.